The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contests, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
All right, now we're back to talk about another exciting, explosive, and mind-blowing episode of The Walking Dead, The World Beyond. And yes, I'm being a sarcastic a-hole. Last night's episode was better, but it still kind of bored me. JP, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was definitely better. I'm not going to lie about that. It's still not. I mean, after seeing that just face melter of a Fear the Walking Dead episode, man. Number one, that it's going to be hard to pair. That's a hard act to follow, is what I'm trying to say. But that being said, I still thought it was better. I'm still not super invested in any of these characters. I was telling you, I thought it was kind of interesting. You talk a lot about your backpacking and how really every pound counts. You want to be as efficient as you can. And
correct.
This one girl is hiking, 200 miles with a freaking bowling ball just for fun.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, you might could have like packed in a Rubik's Cube or like something to have fun with, maybe a Sudoku book, but a bowling ball.
Well, and that one girl, the one that dropped the bowling ball, man, she's got to weigh like, 90 to 100 pounds,
right,
soaking wet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like every pound counts for her because I think they say and I mean, it's all just, this is just kind of the general rule of thumb, but I mean, you can do whatever you want. But they usually try to say you don't want more than 20% of your body weight on a backpacking trip, and you really don't need to go more than 10% of your body weight on a day hike. So, I mean, it's like with her, man, that bowling ball I don't know how much it weighs, but it's got to be on up there. I mean, you're at least adding, I can't imagine it was like an ultralight. I mean, imagine it was 10 pounds or heavier.
Yeah. But, there was a great big tire fire, and it was cool seeing some backstory.
Great big tire fire. Oh, you go ahead. I just was providing some background music.
Felix, I was sorry, I had to look. I should have had a character list ready, but no, Felix is cool seeing his backstory. A young gay man who's kind of supporting his family, and he gets booted up at his home, and now he's just a badass trying to find these kids, and he's got his lady partner.
Well, it's cool because it seems like he actually cares about the kids. I mean, he's going to be furious when he catches up to them, but he's essentially knows they're not ready for it.
Yeah. But yeah, it is interesting to see this group of teenagers, just they don't even know what to do with these zombies. Meanwhile, you've got like a little Judith Grimes out there, not thinking twice about just taking them down. But,
oh, yeah. It's definitely got like it's honestly got like a season 1 Walking Dead feel to it, just in the sense that zombies are now a threat again.
Yeah, I definitely hate the kid with the giant wrench. I was just like, man, you can't like help your boy out at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, geez Louise.
I find that little kid to be interesting. Is his name Elton? Like the little smart one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the corduroy suit. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to get some butt before the season's out, and I think that's what we all want to see,
You think so? You think he's going to get with Hope?
I think so, yeah.
I feel bad because, I mean, she's cute, but I'm like, well, but she's probably like, she's supposed to be underage, so I didn't want to say, she's cute, she's tiny, she needs to eat a little something, but, I didn't want to say anything, because I thought, I don't know, she could be 17, then I sound like a total creep, but I just looked it up and she's 24, so it's okay to say she's cute.
Yeah, she definitely is. So,
but you think he and her are going to end up getting together?
I definitely think so, man.
I do, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure I do like her character a lot on the show, though. I do like what they're trying to do with her character. And I think, and keep in mind that none of my opinion on this show not being that great has anything to do with the actors in it. I mean, they're doing fine. They've only got, what they've been given to work with. Mm-hmm. It's just feels a little drawn out.
Yeah, I mean, she is interesting. She had to kill someone like early on at the onset of the apocalypse, and now they're on this fun little adventure. I'm really ready to see one of these kids get bit, though. I hope it's not Hope. I hope it's not Elton, the corduroy kid. That was also some interesting conversation.
The corduroy kid.
Yeah, the corduroy kid. That was some interesting conversation, him talking about them being, basically the end of their species.
The endlings.
They're the dinosaurs. You really
kind of it kind of really puts it into perspective for you.
Yeah. And
what they're dealing with, what they've got, and then of course, it upsets. I do like when he's like, "Does that upset you?" And she's like, "Yeah, it kind of does."
Yeah.
Now, we see her sister, Iris, trying to be a badass at the beginning of the episode and take out a zombie, which was terrible.
Yeah, dude, she didn't do a very good job.
Then she threw up all over the zombie.
And then just walked off.
Yeah, it's like, that's what you get. Just walks off. I mean, but I get it. That's the thing. That's why it definitely is a little more boring than what else is going on in the Walking Dead universe. But I know I'm going to probably get crapped on for this, but I get what they're going for. And I can appreciate it. I mean, they're trying to show you the apocalypse well on into the apocalypse from a fresh perspective, from someone that, what would it be like to just wake up 10 years into an apocalypse? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I get what they're going for. It just, again, it feels a little slow. And I like you said, sometimes you feel like the show should be on the CW.
Yeah, man. I think it's got potential. It does kind of remind me of like the first season of Fear the Walking Dead. It's a little sluggish. There's no Victor Strand, which is always a minus. But
I'm always here with you, JP.
Oh God,
I will always be with you. Why are you breathing so heavy over there, man? It's weird when I'm looking at you.
But no, I really didn't like the season premiere. This episode was a little better. I hope it keeps getting better. I hope it kind of gets us more invested in these characters, because there's not a lot I super care about with them. The fat kid with the wrench, I'm totally ready to see him get eaten alive.
Man, you leave Silas alone.
I'm sorry.
No, I did. I like what they were going for with that, though. He's feeling guilt because he's like, if I would have killed it, it wouldn't have followed us. But, I mean, to them, it's like killing a person. It shouldn't be that easy. So, mm-hmm. I mean, it is harder for them, and I get what they're going for. Like I said, I like the character of Elton. I like this, like, smart corduroy kid, and I like Hope. I don't find myself really caring as much about Iris or Silas. I got to sneeze. Yeah,
Iris and Silas, I could definitely, I definitely wouldn't care if they got eaten, and I would definitely want to see one of them get bitten and them have to deal with the whole issue of our friend's been bitten and now we've got to watch him die and put them down. That's probably how the season's going to end. What they're going to have to put one of their friends down. Yeah,
I don't care. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Iris. I like Iris better than I like Silas. I really don't care as much about Silas because I feel like they've got to have that kid in every teen movie, like the one kind of big kid that's awkward and weird, but you secretly learn that he's a great person and you shouldn't judge a book. It's like the same lesson in every teenage-based show and movie out there. So it's just his character to me seems like a walking cliche. Iris I like, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Just don't get into her the way that I do Hope or Elton. And Felix, I like the character of Felix. He seems like a badass. I'd like to see him make his way to like the main group. He'd fit in well.
Yeah.
Him and Aaron could get together.
Yeah, they could.
And I know, not saying like every gay person just wants to be with every gay person, just like how you don't want to be with every. But I mean, he and Aaron would be a good couple together.
If you've ever been on Grindr, that may not be so far off.
I haven't, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah, and then I really thought the whole hornet's nest in the zombie was pretty badass.
Yeah,
when it opened its mouth and all the hornets came out, that was pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
If you have to pick a favorite character in the show thus far, who is it and why?
I like Elton and I like Hope. I think the
so we're kind of the same on that.
And Hope is what's really drawing me in.
I do like Huck.
Yeah.
Felix's partner.
Yeah.
She seems like a down to earth cool character that I can get behind. I like her. I do find it funny that you and I are apparently the only two that didn't realize at the end of the premiere that they killed everybody where they were from.
I was so in and out of that episode. I couldn't tell you.
No, it bored me too. I mean, I definitely was the same way. Like I was, excuse me for yawning. That's rude. And Radio 101, you don't do that on air. But I was the same way. I was just kind of in and out of it and just not really feeling it. And I didn't even. I guess and then too, it was so late, and we had a live stream that night we were doing so. As soon as I thought it was over, I was up downstairs getting my laptop set up so we could go ahead and do the live stream and I could get to bed. But no, where do you think it's going? I mean, do you think we're going to hear mention of Rick or see Rick in this show?
They probably will towards the end of it, especially only being 2 seasons. So,
gosh, watch! You're going to get word that it's like it's been renewed for another 4 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But I don't know. What do you want to see out of it? What are your expectations of the show?
Like I said, I want to see that the fat kid Hal get eaten alive. Even though I think he's going to get like a Samuel Tully like story arc. I think he'll be the coward that turns into the unexpected hero and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, which again we've seen a million times.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Who is your absolute favorite character and why?
Man, I'll stick with my dude in the corduroy.
Okay, so
because he's just kind of like he's on a fact-finding mission,
He's like Eugene, but he's not as cowardly, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like and they're all cowardly in a sense, but he definitely seems to have more. I don't know. I do like him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on a 1,200-mile trek from Nebraska to New York.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, for some reason in my head, it was a 200-mile trek. I was like, well, that's doable. 1,200 miles, Jesus.
You thought it was what?
I thought it was 200 miles. I was like, well, that's far, but that's doable.
Yeah,
that's like maybe a week-long hike for him or something, but no, 1,200 miles. Never mind.
Yeah, that is a long hike to get to their dad.
That shows you how into the first episode I was.
I need to go back and rewatch it. I need to wake up Saturday morning once I'm awake and I've had my coffee and I'm fresh and watch it, because watching it that late at night and it not being entertaining.
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. I hope it continues to improve, because I think we've said this at the premiere. We both want to like the show.
Yeah.
Much like Fear the Walking Dead. We don't want to, we don't want to be hipsters here. We do want to like it, but I'm not going to say I do if I don't.
Yeah, man. We'll see. Like I said, this episode was better, and we'll see if it keeps getting better.
All right, now let's put them all together here. Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond. Do you think they're all going to end up tying in, like all 3? Like, are they going to culminate together?
I think so. I think they're going to have to.
Do you think that they'll continue after The Walking Dead ends?
Yeah, I think Fear is going to keep going. I think there'll be, more mini-series after The World Beyond.
And I know The World Beyond ends in 2 seasons, but I guess what I'm asking is, do you think some of the characters will cross over and continue to be on the show in that world? Or do you think, really, if they want to, they could just have it end with all of them dying. You know what I mean? And just kind of that just dark outlook on things.
Yeah, but one thing I will say, the last 2 weeks with Walking Dead finally being back on TV, what I've enjoyed the most was the Fear season premiere. I liked it better than the Walking Dead season finale, and obviously better than the World Beyond stuff. So
wow, so you liked it better? Wow. Than the Walking Dead finale.
Yeah, I sure did.
I enjoyed that. I just, again, think the beta fight was... Somebody commented, and I don't know how true it is, but somebody commented on one of our podcasts last week. It might have been on the review of that, but said that Ryan Hurst, that plays Beta, wanted a more drawn-out fight scene between him, Negan, and Daryl.
Yeah.
And Norman Reedus wanted it quick, or something. Because that to me is what just kind of threw the whole episode off. Like I'm just, I think if you read the comics, I think JP can attest to this. The whole time you're just waiting. All right, I'm ready for that Negan and Beta brawl, man. Like this is going to be awesome. And then again, you hear the hey shithead, and then you're like, oh, here we go. Oh, Beta's dead.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I mean, I liked the episode for the most part, but I just it didn't have that moment that was just like, oh man. And it just kind of felt like more of the same in a lot of ways,
Yeah, well, especially if they had so much time to work on it. And it just felt like parts of it, like the Beta brawl, were just rushed.
Yeah, so I don't know. It wasn't awful, but it definitely wasn't anything that knocked my socks off.
And then, like I said, Gabriel should have died.
Like the end of the Whisper War, man, we should have just been like curled up in the fetal position. It should have really, really had some impact.
Should have definitely taken out a few characters.
Yeah, it should have.
Gabriel should have went. Hell, if you want to go off I don't want Negan to go, but if they're in the show, which I don't want Negan to go. But you definitely could have taken out some characters. Jerry, as much as we love Jerry.
Yeah, man, I'd have been all right if this had been a Carol's final episode.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and Angela Kang has done such a good job these last couple seasons, man, and I just felt like it was a little bit of a dud.
Well, it would have been cool for Carol if they could have structured the episode in a way that Carol had to go over the edge with those zombies, and maybe she finds some peace right before she plummets of, all that she's done has led up to this, and, she can't necessarily make everything right, but at least she's, going out to save everyone she loves.
Right.
Like ultimately it's all been for those that she loves, and then it would have just been like hit you right in the heart.
Yeah, but then if that had happened, Daryl would have went back to moping and living in a tent out in the woods again.
I'm going back to the tent.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Rick again.
No, Carol's out there. I know it. I'm going to keep looking.
She landed in the water.
Yeah.
I still love the idea that, Daryl's out there looking for Rick. I know that ultimately he's looking for his zombie self, to put him down. But it's like the way he says it's like he thinks he might still be alive. Like we said, he's just going to find Rick living in some tent. And he'll be like, Rick, go on, Daryl. I'm pissed at you. I fell on rebar through my gut, Daryl. I saw dead people.
Oh, man.
Rick, I'm sorry. I'll never disrespect you again. Go on, Dare Bear. You know what? You're not Dare Bear anymore. But your kids.
Terrible Daryl.
Terrible Daryl. Go on now. But now back to the world beyond. Sorry for that, But at least we're keeping the conversation in the Walking Dead world.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to lie. I've got to really bone up on learning everyone's names. That's been the biggest struggle for me. This podcast.
You got Hope, Silas, Elton, and Iris. And Iris is always an easy name of a character for me to remember, because I always think of Iris West from the Flash comics and the show.
Yeah.
Hope. I don't know. I remember that.
I feel like I'm going to be getting Hope and Iris mixed up a lot. I feel like I may have already done it this podcast.
Well, Hope looks like she could be an Iris, and Iris looks like she could be a Hope. Both names fit both characters.
I've been kind of reading not that I needed a synopsis because I remember what happened, but just as far as the names going, it was talking about Iris leading the walker towards the pool, falling in.
That's Hope.
That was Hope. But
yes.
See, on the synopsis, it said it was Iris. And then I was like, but I thought that was Hope, because Hope and the Corduroy Kid hooking up.
Yeah. Hope is the skinny one. Like the skinny chick that I was saying looked very young.
Yeah, the dark hair.
That was cute, but I didn't want to say that because I didn't. I figured in my defense when I thought, man, she's cute. I mean, she needs to put on a little weight, but she's cute.
And Hope, like she's leaving the clues for Felix and the one following her.
Yeah, and I say she's cute as if I'm some studly bastard. I'm ugly and I know it, but I'm just saying, I thought, just as far as like the girls that I find attractive, like Hope would definitely be someone that I'd be attracted to, but I'm like, She's playing like a 17 or 16-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You even said it, I think. Man, she's probably in like her 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, I feel bad, though, if she's young. I don't want to be this pervy dude.
Yeah, and I think they set it up like that so guys like us aren't perving out on like underage chicks.
Well, that's the thing, though. I wouldn't. Like, I would suppress that. And in my mind, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted, we got like almost a decade on her, so I guess we are. But which is interesting because she's 24 in real life, and the young lady that plays Iris is actually only 20, so she's closer to the age of her character than the other.
Yeah.
I'm looking at just more info on some of these actors.
Even being of age, we are almost.
That's why, I'm saying she's attractive. I'm not going to be like, oh, she's so hot. No.
Yeah, well,
I get to dirty talking. But.
I mean, I can't really say shit. My girlfriend just turned 23. I'm getting ready to turn 33.
This girl's older than your girlfriend.
She's older than my girlfriend.
So really, that's not that bad.
For me, okay. I mean, I can't really say shit anyway.
Man, age don't mean nothing once you get of the legal age of consent. Once you get past 18, you're good.
At least you're not going to catch a felony.
Right.
So there's always that.
Right.
Isn't that at the end of the day, as long as you're not catching a felony, it's just fine.
I feel like somebody who's just found this podcast, like, oh wow, we started talking about the world beyond. Now I'm listening to these old dudes perv out. Promise we're not trying to perv out.
Yeah.
But no, I like Hope. I like Elton. I don't know, man. Like, it's a tie for me because I like Hope's. I mean, in Hope's backstory, I'm not going to say isn't cliche, but you see she's been through some stuff. She kind of reminds me of Jessica Jones, which is why I think I like her character so much because I was a big fan of Jessica Jones, the show and the comic, and I really, really liked the actress that played her. Refresh me on her name again.
Kristen Ritter.
Kristen Ritter. I knew it's Kristen something. I just always, the last name I always throw out. I like her a lot, and this girl kind of reminds me of her in a weird sort of way, like the dark hair, and then she's got kind of that
skin,
got kind of that attitude, and so I like that character a lot. And I also really like Elton. I like this intellectual. Like for him, it's all a learning experience.
Yeah, man. He kind of reminds me of like Data from Star Trek.
I could see that. Yeah,
something like that.
And I mean, like I said, I ain't gonna say he's like super brave, but he's also not. You've got that Eugene kind of feel of intelligence with a little bit less of the cowardice.
Yeah, and not all the weird like figures of speech and stuff.
Yeah. No, I like Elton. Like I said, Silas just to me feels like a walking cliche. And Aaliyah, not Aaliyah, and the girl that plays her's name I think is Aaliyah, but Iris, I like her, but I'm just not heavily invested into her character the way that I am the other two. Which I'm not going to say I'm heavily invested in anybody really, but those two are the two and I like the little interaction between Silas and Hope where, she's like, don't tell anybody that I went down there and, saved your asses.
Yeah.
And then the whole tire burning place, man, that's got to be a kick in the gut. They think they're like, we did it! Yay! Oh, we're not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Which was a stupid idea to go right through the middle of that any way, shape, or form you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But let us know your thoughts on the show. I know that it's not being treated so well on Twitter. And look it up real quick and see what like IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes scored this episode. See if it got any better of a score.
Yeah, let's see.
Let us see. Let's see. Just looking at some of these people's past work. For the cast. Is Alexa Mansauer?
Sure.
I'm sure it's probably pronounced more like Mansauer or something, but it's like your last name is Mansauer. That's awesome. I sour men. Finding anything?
No Rotten Tomatoes.
They don't tell me Rotten Tomatoes gave up right after the premiere. They're like,
Blaze of Glory. Oh, stupid pop-up ad. Is that the 35%? I think that's for the most recent episode. Get out of here, advertisement.
They are bad.
Yeah, Aaliyah Roy. So that, yeah, I don't think it was much better.
No kidding. I remember last time you found it popped up pretty quick, but
yeah, it's
just bear with us.
yeah. Nothing like silence in the middle of a podcast. Yeah, I don't. Where's IMD? Because it's not giving me for the.
But yeah, our listener, the Appalachian American, sent me some screenshots from Twitter accounts, I guess, that he follows last night, and they were not being too kind to it.
Yeah.
And again, I hate that for the people in it, because I think that they're doing a fine job with the acting. It's just the story itself is just kind of.
Yeah, IMDb gave it a 5.2 out of 10.
At least it made it. Whoa, we're halfway there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, you know?
I'd go with that. I could say 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, this one, you know, kept me interested throughout the episode, and hopefully it'll go on from there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's going to go on from there, but hopefully it'll keep the momentum up and pick up the momentum. Because I'm not a guy that's like, you know, oh man, needs to be more action, I need more fighting, I need more, you know, I mean, just if you got good character development and good plot, like I'm happy. I'm not some, you know, like just, I don't need it to be like a freaking J.J. Abrams movie, you know?
Or Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Now the zombie's going to open its mouth, and instead of a hornet's nest, it's a landmine that's living in its mouth.
Right.
And that's going to set off the gas station to the left, and then that's going to set off the nuclear power plant.
Oh, dude. You know, one thing we forgot to even mention, we just did our Fear the Walking Dead review. At the end, we find out that thing is like a big old nuclear submarine or something out in the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. We totally forgot to mention that. The thing they're spray painting on was a nuclear sub.
Yes, it was.
So I guess that's what Morgan's got the key to.
I was wondering, like, what the significance of that sub was, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because you remember, like, in the movies anyway, to, like, launch a torpedo on a sub, there's 2 keys, and each person has to turn their key simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. Is that how it is in real life?
I don't know, but that's how it is in the movies.
Like Sean Connery.
Right. If he was going
to Hunt for Red October.
Yeah. I never saw that.
You never saw it?
I never saw it.
I mean, it's kind of boring, but it's a good movie. It's Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Send the missiles.
Yeah, never got around to it.
Sean Connery's on a submarine.
Yeah.
All right, but as you can tell, we're getting bored and talking stupid schnit. So time to wrap this up, but let us know what you thought. I'm hoping it's going to get better. This episode was definitely better than the previous. So, you know, I'm holding on. I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm hoping it's gonna have to pick up. We only got 2 seasons, so do you know how many episodes are in this season?
I don't know.
There's like 10, I think.
Probably
somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
But so yeah, let us know your thoughts. Let's talk about it, and we'll be back with you on Patreon tomorrow. If you haven't already, check out our Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can get up to 8 extra podcasts per month, which is not bad. And if you want to go ahead and do like $5 or $10, that really helps us.
$1,000
per month.
Yeah.
But I'm so tired, and I apologize for being so out of it, man. I just staying up that late, and I had a long weekend. Next Monday, our reviews of episode 2 and 3 will be much better.
Yes.
Episode 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, of course, and episode 3 of The World Beyond.
Well, we shall see.
I hope.
Yeah.
I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.